Hello and welcome to the Intuitive Heart Healer podcast. My name is Valerie McLaughlin and I am your host, intuitive heart healer, energy artist, and spiritual guide. I hold space with love to help you to connect to your heart center so that you can connect greater to spirit and live a life full of love, joy, and happiness as you are guided by your intuition and higher self, helping you to heal and let go along the way so that you can ascend and become more enlightened. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to today's podcast. Before we get started in today's podcast, I wanted to let you know about a online all-day event that I'm co-hosting with my friend Ursula Duffy. You may remember her from the Mars retrograde podcast back in the beginning of September. We've joined forces to create this online all-day event called Universal Healing on November 11th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So you can be anywhere in the world and join us for this wonderful event. It is going to be part informative and knowledge about astrology and how the universe is within you. And when you're born, you receive that universe with your natal chart blueprint that's imprinted within you. And you will learn how to begin to work with those energies to help heal what it is at this moment that's calling you to be healed. We're going to do some great meditations, going to walk you through some clearings of timelines and clearing things out of your chart. So please click on the link in the show notes to get more information about this wonderful event. I am looking forward to seeing you all there. We have early registration that ends on October 23rd, and it will be $122 up until then. After that, the pricing will go up to $147. So grab your spot today and click on that link and get more information. Beautiful souls, welcome. I am so grateful to be here with you today and talking about a topic about love, which is my favorite topic in the whole world. So we're going to do a couple of things today, but I have a lot that I kind of wanted to share to you today with you all, bring you into your heart center a little bit also. So today's guidance is really about, does your heart break or does it just crack to let love in, to let love out? I want you to just kind of think about that for a second, because we are programmed in so many ways to believe that our hearts break. In song and after song, we hear it. Today I've had songs playing in my head, and I have like Tina Turner song, "What does love got to do it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken?" These are words from a song that we've heard over and over and over again. And it plays in our subconscious mind. And we start to believe these things to be true, that our heart breaks. We don't need love because it breaks. These are the messages that we receive when we listen to these songs. Don't get me wrong, I love Tina. I will still sing to that song. But when I sing to the song now and I hear the words, "What love got to do with it?" I said, "Tina girl, love's got to do with everything. Everything is love." And so I've kind of just changed the words around and to make them my own. And I listen to the question and I sit with what's true to me. But we have other songs. And this one was also playing in my head. "Where Do Broken Hearts Go?" It's a Whitney Houston song, right? It is a song that we've heard over and over and over, especially in, I want to say, the 90s maybe, when Whitney was really big. And the title of the song, "Where Do Broken Hearts Go?" And again, we're receiving these messages that our hearts break. Where do broken hearts go? But let me read what it actually says in here, and I want you to listen to the words. Where do broken hearts go? Can they find their way home? Back to open arms of a love that's waiting there. And if somebody loves you, won't they always love you? I look in your eyes and I know that you still care for me. And I share these words because we hear that first line, where do broken hearts go? And that's the one that usually resonates with a lot of us. But then it says, can they find their way home? And to me, that's saying your heart is always home. It never leaves. And it cracks because then it turns around, it says, back to open arms. Well, it does crack, and that crack hurts. When you cut your finger, it hurts, right? When you crack a bone, it hurts. But when it heals, it feels good. Some people say, well, I could tell the weather and I could do this and I can do that with it because it does still have some lingering aches and pains. But to me, that's still healing. There's still a healing opportunity there for you to continue the healing process, because we can heal our body, and love is the key to healing the body, the mind, the spirit, the emotions. Love is the key to everything that we do. And that divine love is the key. And it says, if somebody loves you, won't they always love you? Well, when it's that true, unconditional love, that is true. And maybe if you're in a relationship with somebody and you both have love for each other, and we've heard this over and over again, where couples have this amazing separation and they get divorced or they separate and they're still, I will always love that person. Well, when that true unconditional love is there, it will be. And it doesn't, the separation or relationship just may mean that you received everything that you needed in that moment, everything you wanted in that moment to help you grow and move forward. And now it's time to step away and go find another love or grow even more. The cracks in our hearts that opened are opportunities for us. Opportunities for us to allow more love to come through and allow our love to come out. It allows us to reflect on the incident, reflect of the breakup, reflect on what caused the crack. And in that reflection is where you will gain your wisdom and knowledge, your strength and your courage to move forward. And this whole concept of mirrors and reflections has been one that I had a hard time wrapping my head around. It took me years to wrap my head around it. Because I would say, how could that person be a reflection of me? And it's about what you see in that person that you feel deeply within you, what they trigger deeply within you. So let's talk about a relationship. So let's say you're dating somebody and that person turns around and says to you, I don't want to take this any further. I'm not ready to be in a relationship. Now, if that resonates with you and you feel that that is to be true about you, that's a reflection. Where can I grow to be able to have a relationship or want a relationship? But let's say that doesn't resonate with you and you're like, no, I'm ready for a relationship. I'm ready to go. So look and see, reflect on what else is showing up for you in that relationship. So maybe you hear that and you say, well, maybe that person, I feel that person's afraid to be in a relationship. And maybe that part triggers you. or you don't think about that at first, and you are projecting that onto somebody, that their fear is to be in that relationship. And you're projecting that on. But when you take that moment and you step back and you look at it, maybe you realize that you have a fear. And maybe you need to take that time to reflect and see what that fear is. And it could be anything. It could be the fear of fully committing yourself to somebody and they turn around and walk away. The fear of the end of the relationship, that you missed the beginning, middle, and the relationship. It could be that. I've done that to myself, where I've been in that fear and I've pushed people away energetically because of that. And then if you see that pattern keep happening, you can reflect back and see maybe where it actually came from and get to something where maybe it's something from your first relationship that you don't even think about anymore that you needed to heal. Maybe it's that one where you turn around and you ghosted an ex and now you're in the point where you're getting ghosted. These are things, and I'm talking about relationship, but these can be friendships. These can be jobs. This is all connected. We have relationships to pets. We have relationships to humans. We have relationships to things, people, places, all these things. So when I say relationship, it's an all-encompassing thing, right? It's not just a partner in life. It's a friendship in life. It's a job in life. It's losing a loved one. That body is no longer here and the spirit moves on to something even bigger and beautiful. So getting back on this, when you look at this and you start saying that this person or this thing or this job isn't this for you, or this didn't work out because of this, when you start doing that and something resonates within you, or you keep hearing yourself saying over and over again, that's time for you to reflect on yourself and to learn the wisdom and knowledge that you need to go forward. And this reflection will help you in healing that crack and moving it forward and bringing in more love. Because when you bring healing to heal something, you're bringing love to it. You're bringing joy to it. You're bringing happiness to it. And it may seem hard. I'm getting this left and right from people. It's hard. It's hard. And I said this the other day, I will continue to say it. Is the state of being that you are in right now easy or hard? Is it easy or hard to be sad and hurt? Is it easy and hard to not love yourself? Because people tell me that all the time. It is so hard to love yourself. It is not hard to love yourself. It's only hard if you believe that it is hard. So, relationships is a commitment. Whether it's a friendship, whether it's to a house, whether it's to a loved one, it is a commitment of love. Yes, a commitment to love. A commitment to loving someone else and to loving you. And when that commitment comes to an end, the love that you have shared does not come to an end. And when you begin to heal this and reflect on these things, you can look back and see how grateful it was. See all the gratitude and all the things that you experienced all the way. And think about those experiences, those shared moments with your sister that may not be here anymore. Were they magical? Was there shared with love? When you look back on your grandparents or your parents that may not be here anymore, and you look back and you see the gratitude in that love that they shared with you, those experiences that they have, and you remember those things and you take that wisdom and knowledge and you move it forward and you make it your own. So one of the things that I want to do today right now is really is to take a moment to connect you to into your heart space, because we can talk about love all the time, but when we come from our heads, when we are in our heads about it, we are having this duality about it. And I want to connect you to your heart space. And I want you to begin to develop this connection with your heart space. You not develop this connection to divine love. And for those that are watching me live, when you see me say the word divine love, I want you to notice my face and notice how my smile changes when I say divine love. Because at that moment, when I say it, I can instantly connect to it. And that wasn't always the case. I had to connect with it. And in order to connect to it, I needed to heal parts of me to be able to do that. So it's a process. So begin this process of connecting to this divine love. And there's a couple different tools and techniques that we can go and do. But I want just to bring you through to this simple one that you can start practicing. And when you really start to get deep in your head, take the moment to do this. And the more that you begin to do it, the easier it becomes. The easier it becomes. And then it can become something so instantaneously that it just overwhelms you. So here we're going to do. Take a moment, and I want you guys to put your hands on your chest. It doesn't matter, right hand first, left hand first. It doesn't matter. I want you to put your hands on your chest and feel your chest go up and down and feel your heartbeat. And if you're not feeling it right away, that's okay. Just being there will allow you to begin to connect to it. So I want you to take a deep breath into your heart center and out. Okay, this time, if you didn't close your eyes, I want you to close your eyes and visualize the breath going into your heart center, expanding and opening your heart, and let it out. One more time into your heart center. And let it out. And just be in this moment where you're connecting to your heart. And you're just bringing your focus and your attention to the beat of your heart, to the breath coming in, and just connect into that heart. And just take another deep breath in. And open your eyes. And this is just a simple practice I would like you to do throughout the day, multiple times a day. Take that 30 seconds, that 60 seconds we just took to go into your heart and connect with your heart. Begin to build that connection to your heart center. And as you begin to build that connection to your heart center, you can start to take the time, connect to your heart center, and ask those questions that you may have wanted answers for. You know, this is your beginning to actually begin to deepen your conversation and your connection to your higher self, because your higher self comes through your crown into your heart center. Your human self is grounded and come up into your heart center. This is where we meet into our heart center. So let's begin to practice to opening up the center and connecting with your heart. And then once you start to build that connection and you can feel that, and you'll start to notice the difference. And this is on top of things that you are already doing. The letting go, the forgiveness, the releasing of your anger, the choosing peace. This is all encompassing. This is not you do one and not the other. This is all things coming together. Okay, all things coming together into your heart center. Connecting your humanness to your divineness. I don't know if those are words, but that's the words we're using, okay? And so once you begin to develop this connection and you are clearly here in your heart center and you are not in your head, your thoughts are not there, then that's when you can begin to receive the answers into your heart. Is it of my highest good to have this job? And you can start easy. Is it in my highest good to eat this piece of chocolate at this moment? And you will start to know if it's true or not, because you will feel that in your heart. And you start with those questions. You start with those small questions. And you build and you build and you build. And the reason why I'm teaching you this technique too is that when you feel your heart breaks, when it really doesn't, it cracks. And when you feel that loss of whatever it is that's causing it to crack, that's causing you to go into your shadow, to reflect on what it is that you can learn and be grateful for, you do so by connecting here so that you can receive those answers and get out of that head. Because the head is being led by all the subconscious implants, we'll call them, that have been in there from books, from stories, from what we're told, from songs that we've heard. They're in your head and they become part of your story. They're not in your heart. Your subconscious mind is not in your heart. Your love, your connection to source, your connection to your higher self, who knows all of you in all your timelines, is in your heart. That's where the true wisdom and knowledge is. And so when you go through these rough periods, let's call them, where you dive into your shadow and you learn the lessons from your shadow, you can get through these moments with a lot more ease and grace if you're able to connect into that heart center. So I would encourage you to start practicing and really bring this into your daily practices that you do multiple times a day. And it's good when you're feeling like anxious to take that moment and do that. That helps you to ground and come back to your center too. So take that moment to do that and appreciate. I encourage you to appreciate all those cracks within your heart, because those cracks have healed. They have not left scars. They have left you love. They have left you wisdom. They have left you gratitude. They have left you knowledge. They have left you experiences that help you become the loving human being that you are. Our purpose here is love, joy, and happiness. And we take a step, one step at a time, towards that happiness. And when you make that connection to that divine love, you can be going through one of your darkest moments. And when you need a second or would like a second to get out of that dark moment, you connect to that divine love and it will bring you in that light. And then maybe you got to go back into that dark moment, but you will have those moments where you know you're going to be okay. Because you are. You are going to be okay no matter what you're going through. And love is what's going to help get you through. So, dear Tina, what has love got to do with it? Love has got everything to do with it. Love is everything. There's love in everything. And we are all beings of love and light. And through our shadow, when we reveal it, we begin to see that deep connection to love. But sometimes our shadow gets in our way. It doesn't really get in our way. It shows us our way. But we believe it gets in our way. Our shadow shows us the way. So on that note, I'm going to leave you with one of the divine goddesses, Saraswati. Swatsi. I probably pronounced that wrong. The goddess of self-knowledge. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly in everything I create. That happens when you connect into your heart and you allow your heart to guide you. You allow things to flow. And when your heart is open, that beam of light comes through and you attract all the loving relationships, all that you create comes to you. And remember, love is without expectations. Expectations. It is good to create what you want and put out your desires. But let go of all those expectations of when it has to come true. And let go of the expectations that it has to be a certain way. And be, this is what I want to create in my highest good. May the divine bring forward what is in my highest good or greater. And something more beautiful might even come your way. And that thing that's more beautiful may not come in a big package with a bow on it. It may come through your shadow. And that is where you have to go to receive the gift that is within you and that is for you. So that is all I have for you today. I appreciate you all taking the time and listening. I am so grateful to have you here. You can follow me on Instagram at Intuitive Heart Healer, Valerie McLaughlin Intuitive Heart Healer on Facebook, or in my Facebook group, Intuitive Heart Healer, where I have daily hashtags to help you develop your own daily routine. And whether you do it in the group or you take it and you do it in your journal, or you don't do it at all, but you find your own daily routine, having a daily routine is really empowering, and it really helps you connect more to your divine and stay on the path, your path, whatever path that is. So today I encourage you to go into an Intuitive Heart Healer group and join and be part of the group of a loving, supporting family community that is there to love and support each other. If you'd like to book a session with me to help open your hearts even more, release what you need or release what you want to let go of at this moment, then go to intuitivehearthealer.com, book an intuitive call to find out what service is right for you and to see if we are right for each other. Until next time, go out, spread some love in this world. Make sure you're also spreading that love to yourself. I'm sending all my love to all of you. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Bye bye for now.